What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Delay
didn't
Phase
even come through.
podcast. It didn't come through, fuck. What a scuffed opening. I can't believe it didn't come through.
That's incredible.
Today we're looking at the menu, a 2022 horror, thriller, comedy film all around the food business, and I think this is a perfect amalgamation between the two of us because you're a big foodie, you have a whole cooking channel, and I love horror films more than anything else in the world.
Valid.
More than I love, the dog. No, actually, the dog's more.
Damn.
No, I love them more. Yeah. So I saw this back in 2022 when it first came out.
I'm offended.
Just what? Why?
You forgot. See, you've forgotten it twice now. We're no longer saying this isn't a Star Wars or a Harry Potter podcast.
No,
I wanted you to say it, though,
in 2 weeks.
because I was going to be like, you're wrong. Voldemort's in this movie, bitch.
That's fair.
Sorry.
You threw me off my grind.
You're welcome.
I saw when it first came out. This is your first time watching it, I believe, correct?
Yep.
So I want to get your idea of it, or like how you felt about it first, because I can go on about this film for hours. So I want to bounce off you.
You're not going to like my first comment.
Oh no.
As a horror film, it's bad. There's no horror or thriller about it.
It's definitely
at least to me. I don't think so. This has as much thrill as an episode of The Rookie,
which is very thrilling. That's a great
show.
No, this is the second
but
time
it's not a
we talked about
thriller. Like, it's just like, oh, you're gonna die. That's not a thriller. That's just welcome to being alive, douchebag.
No, but it's the mind games and the game that Anya Taylor-Joy and Ralph Fiennes play throughout the whole film.
But to me, I don't know. I don't know. A thriller is supposed to give you that feeling of like existential dread. I got nothing.
It gave me that.
I got none of it.
You are facing your impending doom, and you can do nothing about it.
Well, see, the issue is Voldemort himself. It kind of acknowledges the fact. They could have done something about it. They could have just tried, and nobody did.
Years ago. I mean, he said, yeah. He said
no,
that you could
I mean, in the moment, he's like, you could have tried to leave, and you probably would have. No, one guy tried.
And
two people. One guy hit a window with a chair, which was never going to work.
No, one of the other finance guys tried to run out and slipped.
Well, yeah, I wasn't talking about that part. I forgot about that part. No, and the other guy I was referring to was the old man who got his finger cut off.
Yeah.
A creepy old man.
They're facing their impending doom the whole film. It's like, I enjoyed that.
If I'm facing my impending doom, I'm not going to just sit there and keep eating your fucking food. I'm just going to stab you.
But the point is that's his whole game. That's his whole, like, he has to show his art as a way of, like, revenge.
See, but it's weird because it's not that. Well, it is that for this thing, but it's like okay. I would like to take a step back real quick and say I did like the movie. I just okay.
I would murder you.
To me, it's not. I don't know. It wasn't. I don't know what I thought it was gonna do, but it didn't do it.
What?
Grayson overhyped it. It didn't live up.
That's just because I think I have a little bit of a different take when it comes to horror than you.
Probably.
I will enjoy most horror movies unless it's made by a shitty person, and then typically I will just like blink out the fucking door.
I just need it to freak me out, and this didn't at all. Like, and I get it's a thriller, but it didn't like thrill me either. It just like
so when it comes to horror, I don't often get scared by horror films, but it's more the little bit of adrenaline you get from it. Even if you're not like scared by it, you kind of just like get this like rush. And often horror has wonderful analogies like built into this. This one's kind of spelled out for us more or less because it's the whole story.
To a point, yeah.
No, it's spelled out for you.
I wonder if we're gonna. Well, we'll get to this later. None of this is important right now. What was I talking about?
You were talking that it doesn't scare you.
Yeah, well, yeah, that
I overhyped it.
Though, I mean, there is not free. There's just I don't remember dude's actual name, but Voldemort. There, Ralph Fiennes.
Chef Slowick.
No, Voldemort. Because no, I'm referencing the actor. There's just something unsettling about him as a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's why he was cast.
Yeah. So like, and that's not like, oh, his character's unsettling. No, just him is unsettling, and maybe that's just because he played Voldemort. But like, so he'll always just be Voldemort in my eyes. But because I didn't know it was the same guy. It's just I saw him on screen and I'm like, oh my god, that's Voldemort with a nose.
He plays a wonderful villain. I love his villain because it's not like 2D. Like I want to kill these people because they did me wrong. It's more like I want to like show them who I actually am and like how they drove me to madness.
See, but it's not the people that drove him to madness. That's the point I took away from this movie.
Well, that's why it's what they did, and that's
it's not the people. It's himself. It's becoming it's a talk. It's like an entire conversation about art and how the artist drives themselves insane and become obsessive with their art. They don't. It's not the people viewing the art. It's the artists themselves that lose love for the art.
I see your point.
That's where I'm at with it.
So I see you. I'm gonna build off of it.
Okay.
It's him. It's the artist trying to accommodate the viewer rather than building the art themselves that drove them mad.
Sure.
It's the gains of money that drove them mad because they couldn't build it off themselves. They are being owned by a person. The critics criticizing them. It's the person who actually doesn't enjoy the art. I'm going person by person if you haven't realized that.
Yeah.
It's the artist that doesn't care about the art and just wants the payday that ruins the art for them. And it's the guy who overindulges in the secrecy and the behind the scenes things that ruin the art.
Sure.
So it's an artist trying to redeem his art.
But what is her name? Like, I know it's Anya Taylor-Joy, but
Margot.
No.
Or Aaron.
What is her Aaron. What is her name? She proves that whole view is wrong. Go back to the part you love, because as soon as he makes the fucking cheeseburger, he remembers, oh yeah, cooking good. But there's love for this.
That's why he lets her go.
But like,
because she enjoys the art.
But like, that's where my problem is with this movie. Is like, just this whole time you could have just done what you enjoyed, and the product would always be better.
But the thing is that he makes a greasy subpar burger because
it's not a subpar burger.
What he said, like it's like the cheap burgers you'd buy that's just like all grease. Something that's not filled with art, but he loved doing it.
Because that's what art is. He's like changing what the idea of like, oh, art needs to be the shitty, pretentious version of food. To me, that's anything but art. The art of food is the food that people actually enjoy making. Nobody enjoys making the first 9 courses of this meal. None of that was good.
But that's the point.
What is it? Course 6 is definitely the worst because that was just a bullet to the brain. I think that's the correct 4. One. It might be.
I think 6 is the s'more.
Is it?
Or it's Tyler's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know. But either way, the bullet.
I'll find a list of the courses.
I don't remember the order. I'm not good with memories.
Every dish and what they really mean. I don't care what they really. See, you're ruining the art.
Right.
It's like literally every dish in the menu and what they really mean. Literally, they talk about this. You're looking too deep into it sometimes. Sometimes you just kind of have to take it at face value.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
But also, IMDb, I don't think that's exactly a good synopsis. It is because you don't want to spoil things, but a young couple travels to a remote island. Well, that's not exactly true, is it?
Oh,
They're not a couple.
So last week we talked about how like when people die, it's like or like we wanted like when it comes to like disaster and horror and stuff like that and stuff like that, whatever. It's you either want to see people die, or you want to see them succeed.
Right.
And I think that's what the film does really well in this case. Because you want to see Margot or Aaron, or whatever you call her, succeed because she's an innocent person wrapped up in this that was forced into this, because we'll get into that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have like assholes like the finance bros who are like, you just want to see them fucking get murdered.
And then you have fucking Tyler. I hated him.
That's the point. He's just
from the beginning.
The slapping of the hand right when they get the oysters is like it sets you off, and like we're like, this guy's just a fucking red flag.
Yeah. Entirely.
Entirely? Tylerly?
Entirely, yes.
Entirely.
Entirely.
Yeah.
In Tyler Lee. I don't know who that is, but we're inside you.
We don't know his last name. It could be Lee.
Yeah. Well,
we won't know his last name because he's, Anyways.
Well,
this film is very like we said, it's very thriller, very horror. So if you don't really want to really get into it, probably watch beforehand. We're talking about like some of the story, but still.
Like, yeah, so we'll definitely get into more of the story, spoiler. I think. But
the spoiler.
You shouldn't be watching these podcasts if you're not wanting spoilers.
I used to watch Dead Meat to get like through like some of the movies where I'm like, I don't know if I would be like too scared. Like sometimes you got to Dead Meat a movie if you're like you're too scared to watch it like off the bat. Like Texas Chainsaw. That's how
I'll just watch a movie. I don't give a fuck. See, that's fair. But it's probably just because I can't visualize things, so I'm not gonna be worried about that part later.
That's fair. That's completely fair.
Probably not gonna have a nightmare. If I do, I won't remember that it happened. Right? Well, I'm sure. Well, like a lot of people like don't remember their dreams happening, so there's a decent chance I just dream and don't know.
That's so
like
fair.
I don't know, but it's like even if I have a nightmare, not gonna know. I'm just gonna like wake up and I'm gonna be like, why the fuck am I awake right now?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Why am I so sweaty? Cold sweats, nightmare. You know how it be.
I got you, bro. I got you. I understood.
But yeah, like the whole
You're an artiste of the kitchen.
What?
You're an artiste of the kitchen. I thought it would be like a little more towards. Yeah, you get it. I
get it to a point, but I also don't. Because
he's a madman.
Well, no, I've never understood from the beginning that type of food. That is not art.
Foodie food. Oh, yeah.
Because that's not art. That's not food. That's not what you should strive to be making ever.
But he agrees with you.
He doesn't.
He does.
No, because he created this restaurant solely for that purpose.
Because it was Solo's art for him, though.
But you don't get to say, this is the type of art I want to make, but also it's the problem with the world. Do the thing you want to do then. You had every option in your playbook. That's what bugs me about it. Is like, you don't get to do it and then be driven mad by the fact that from the beginning, I always hated this kind of art. Obviously, he thought that was art at one point, and it drove him mad because of that. And that's dumb, because that's not art. It's not.
But that was his initial, like...
But that's what he learned later. His initial takeaway was that it was art, and this is what I should do.
And then he hated it, and then he's like...
Which, again, a smart man, woman, anything, would stop doing it.
Well, he did.
No. He let it drive him completely mad.
Yeah, but he stopped doing it eventually.
Well,
just at the end of the film.
No, he kept doing it right until the very end.
That's fair.
The fiery, painful, bloody end.
It's a very bloody end. I love it.
But like, no, as like I don't want to say a foodie because I'm not in that regard. Like,
okay.
I think Margot's character's whole point of like, again, the reason he let her live, bro's dying.
Yep.
The reason he let her live of saying that this food is heartless, it's soulless, it's
bullshit.
Right. That's the correct view. You know where you're going to get the best food in LA? It's not the 5-star restaurant.
You're not going to go to Hell's Kitchen?
It's the fucking food truck.
That's fair. Food trucks are amazing.
Like, it's the hole in the wall place where you kind of go like, is that place really going to be like any good? The building's kind of falling apart. Everything sucks. That's going to be the best food because the people in there actually care.
It's like the recent series, The Bear.
Yes.
Like it shows that perfectly.
Mm-hmm. That's where the love is. It's the people that, and like
I'm telling you, if Jeremy Allen White and Chef Slowick swap places, Chef Slowick would not kill people. Jeremy Allen White would definitely kill people.
No, because that's the thing. Jeremy Allen White was already in this scenario,
that's
and
why
he went,
left.
"This sucks." Right. So Slowick's just a fucking moron.
And that's, I mean, some people are just fucking morons. He's an evil moron. He's an evil.
He never needed to be evil.
Well, he could have.
He never needed to be. That's the whole point. They showed the picture of him cooking burgers. If he just stayed flipping burgers, he never would need to be evil.
That's fair. Do you want to go dish by dish and then like talk about the?
Oh God, sure.
It's a very in-depth film. Like it talks about it. I have the list up. You know.
I'm gonna, but I still want to pull it up for myself.
The
menu.
Caviar served on a raw oyster with I can't fucking say.
Are you on the fucking
Screen Rant? Yeah.
Screen Rant thing. So wait, which one are you starting with?
The first one where they get in the boat and they're served
caviar. You are starting with the lemon caviar on a raw oyster with. Yeah, I don't know how to say that one either.
Mignon.
I don't think that's it. But the only dish in the menu that isn't explained. Yeah, because it's not a thing.
Well, it's the start of the film really it sets up the character dynamics for you. I mean, in the most basic ways, they kind of just spell it out, which is we've criticized in the past, and that's not a strength of the film. It does spell out a lot of things for you,
right? But
also it sets up like what character like that you're supposed to be like off put by Tyler.
Oh yeah,
because he's mansplaining to Margot the whole time. He's not like allowing her to like enjoy it herself. But also sets up the dynamic with the older dude because Margot sees him and immediately freaks out.
Yeah.
Which immediately like you're putting the question like, what is Margot?
Right.
Which I enjoy because it says it's a mystery.
Mystery.
Yeah.
You want the amuse-bouche?
What is the amuse-bouche? Can you explain that for me?
The amuse-bouche? What?
The amuse-bouche. Yeah.
Amuse-bouche.
What is amuse-bouche? Do you know what it is? Because all it looked like is like little jelly drops to me.
So it's kind of. It's just they're. Well, so that's not what the actual dish is. Amuse-bouche is like. It's an hors d'oeuvre, you know, the little bite-sized bullshits. But yeah, it's basically just like little pellets of shit. Not shit, but like, you know, this one's cucumber, melon, milk snow, and charred lace, which like, immediately it's like, oh, this is the most pretentious bullshit. Bro, I'd leave. I would leave and just start stabbing anyone that tried to stop me. It's like, no, I don't belong here. This is ridiculously stupid. Like, yeah. Though I do kind of love, I'm not gonna lie, some of the things he uses to serve the food. Like they're not dishes, because like for the amuse-bouche, it's a rock. But like, I kind of love that part. Like, I'd do that. I'll serve you like your breakfast on a fucking rock. That's sick. That I love.
That's fair.
Or like the bowl later on when all the women are sitting at the table. We'll get to it, but like that specific bowl, I'm like, I want that to eat my cereal out of. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
So you're like, I want the fancy plating, not the fucking food.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair.
But yeah, amuse-bouche is weird.
Around this time, they kind of like mentioned that they're a cult.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, you get a very culty vibe really early during the tour.
That's fair.
We live here in this shitty room, and it's because we're all family. It's like, oh no, honey, no.
I think Elsa's great. Elsa's amazing in this.
No,
she's hilarious. She's fucking hilarious. These are tortillas.
God.
It's great. She's amazing. She's the most like heinous fucking like side character in the world, and I love her.
Oh, I've ruined this episode. It's incredible.
Why?
Just you'll see later. It's gonna be so good. Oh, you're gonna love it. I'm not gonna lie. I fixed it though. I'm fixing the other part of it now.
Oh no.
Yeah, I made a whoopsie.
Oh no! Did you not start recording?
No, I didn't pull a scuffed as. No, I didn't full screen you, so you just see parts of you. It's pretty good.
Right.
And then I totally forgot to put the stupid menu title card up because I was supposed to edit it, and then I just didn't.
We're doing great here.
Man, I know that we're, however many episodes in supposedly, but we're only like 2 weeks in, so like give us time.
Nah.
Or don't, I guess. Grayson doesn't want time.
Don't give us time. Well, you're the one in charge of that, so it's not me. The first course is the island, which is
the second douchiest meal.
Is it?
Dude, I get what you're going for here, and Screen Rant's gonna explain it to you the same way, but it's like entirely just supposed to be, a metaphor about nature and human life and blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up.
Tyler spells it out for us.
Well, I know. That's everybody. Chef spells it out for you. That's like his entire thing. He stands there and spells it out for you.
That's fair.
And then Tyler's douchey ass just like acts like you're too stupid to understand it and rubs your fucking nose in it. And if a dude ever talked to me like that, I would stab him.
Well, he doesn't get stabbed, so...
Well, he gets slapped and punched, and she should have done that with like a fork in her hand.
She should have.
I
also love that like during this part of the film, like Slow gets told about Margot's existence and that Margot isn't supposed to be there, and he's immediately off put by it.
Right.
And it throws him into like a fucking craze.
You're not supposed to be here.
He gets obsessed by her.
Well, okay, when you did meticulously plan homicide, unexpected additions aren't good.
No, it's not great.
Especially when everything was planned to like teach each person a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So he had planned to teach the other date a lesson.
I don't know if he planned for her because we never get like any.
He planned for all of them.
Well, yeah, but we never get any evidence that he planned for
the whole point of him being so. He knew who the date was, which is the whole pretense. Is like they know everybody, but they don't know her. They were planning something for everybody. In the tortillas,
everyone has evidence against them.
Right.
But like we don't have an indication of what the date
because they literally just they said they just printed them.
Yeah, but still. I'm just saying.
But yeah, I hate the singular fucking scallop on top of a pile of rocks surrounded by fucking tweezered on fucking seaweed and shit. Also, it's a raw scallop, which is just like, are you just telling me that you can't cook a scallop? Is that like your thing, chef? I know scallops are tricky. It can be a little rubbery when you overcook. Oh, scallops are a little tricky. Like,
I have zero doubt what scallops are. So.
The white thing on top of the rock, the little disc.
I know, I got what the scallop was, but like I don't know, like that it's hard to cook or anything. Like I have zero idea.
They are kind of tough to cook, but like I don't know. Every time I see something like that where it's like we serve it raw, it's like, oh, because you can't cook. Huh? Is that it?
Yeah.
Because, like, so they're tricky because undercooked, they're rubbery, and overcooked, they're rubbery. And, like, so you have, like, 30 seconds to get it perfect. And
have you cooked scallops before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also fucked up scallops before, I'm not gonna lie.
Seems like you have. It's very close to, yeah.
But it's one of those things. Yeah. Yeah, but oh my god.
What?
Just this Screen Rant article is worse than the movie about trying to spell it out for you. And it doesn't even exactly make sense the way they try to. It's pretty strange.
No, Screen Rant's stupid. I'm
just want it for the menu and like yes, the fucking breadless bread plate.
Yeah.
Which
what? You got a problem with the breadless bread plate? You don't like bread?
Well, apparently Chef doesn't like bread.
Well, he's saying they're not poor, so they don't deserve bread.
I mean, is bread really... I mean, I guess bread's poor people food, but like...
They asked for bread, so...
Yeah, because you've given me a singular scallop and 4 dollops of daisy. There's no sustenance here. Like,
and that's what Margot says. It's not food.
Yeah, and then just say that until way later.
No, with the breadless bread plate, she says like this isn't.
Oh
food.
Yeah, well yeah, because it's not food. Can I want to know what I can't remember what all they put on the breadless bread plate, and it's not.
Does Screen Rant not tell us because they're stupid?
No, Screen Rant hasn't actually said any of the things on the menu. They're just telling you what the name of the dish was.
So all I'm hearing is that Screen Rant sucks.
The menu.
Dude, there was a screening of the menu that actually served the food from the menu. I'd actually fucking love that.
That would be interesting.
That'd be fun.
Oh God, I need you to keep the other one open because now I have to try to figure out which one came where. No, because well, I don't know if this is gonna work. The second course, the breadless bread plate.
Correct.
All the fixings for bread without the actual bread. Well, there's only 6 options, so it's not all the fixings for bread. Because
yeah,
you can put a lot of stuff on bread.
Bread's very versatile. We love bread.
Well, I mean, bread is the base layer for most things.
It's 65% of agriculture is wheat.
Right.
Mostly for bread. We love bread.
So, well, I don't actually like bread.
Well, bread makes you fat.
Right. What the fuck?
That's another movie reference, Spreading Line.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
What the fuck?
Bro,
none of this tells me what the fuck. Which, I mean, I guess they don't explain it, but like, I just want to know what each of the 6 things were supposed to be. Why can't you tell me?
I don't. I can't tell.
I know you can't.
I don't. I'm not a food person. This does make sense to me.
Well, I am a food person, but like, what? None of it tracks. And even like the little thing doesn't exactly say. But like, that's just a stupid idea. We're just gonna put what I'm guessing is like, yeah, I don't know what half of it is. It's some gastronomy bullshit where you just fucking flavor jelly. It's gross.
That's fair.
Or is it just sauces?
I think it's just sauces and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure.
That's even worse. Now,
well, that's why it's bad.
The chicken tacos.
Chicken tacos
those look
scissors.
pretty okay. I liked the chicken thigh with the scissors in it. I'm not a thigh person, but, well, when it comes to chicken.
It was his father.
When it comes to chicken, I'm not a thigh person.
Hey, yo.
But, yeah. The chicken looked kind of fire. I'm not going to lie.
You'd enjoy it?
I think I'd enjoy the chicken.
That's fair.
But
I love that he admits that he wanted to murder his father.
I get it. Well, in that scenario, you would too.
Yeah, but he doesn't kill his father. He just stabs him in the thigh.
Well, maybe he should have went for the throat.
He says that.
Or as Thanos would say, you should have gone for the head.
That's fair. I also think
it's weird that he kept calling it a taco.
Because it's Taco Tuesday.
Right, but well, it's like a Saturday in the show. Also, you served an entire chicken thigh. Am I just supposed to put a chicken thigh in a tortilla? There's bones.
The point is not for them to eat it. It's for the laser tortillas. The tortillas.
No, I get that. But also, they're supposed to eat it. And I just want to know, how the fuck did Tyler eat it? Suddenly, he's got a little taco.
I think he put the chicken in the taco and then wrapped it around it.
But like, we don't see him getting any chicken off the bone. I don't know.
It's probably boneless chicken.
It's not.
Is it not?
You can tell by the fact that it's an entire chicken thigh.
I mean,
like you get small. From KFC. What are you?
That's small. That's like literally like. It's like.
That is the normal size of a chicken thigh.
Chickens are small, apparently. I imagine chickens being like as big as like my head, if not bigger.
I mean, they are.
Big head.
Have you ever been to KFC and gotten a chicken thigh?
No.
Oh. Have you ever had chicken with the bones in it?
No, I don't. My teeth. I have a thing with my teeth, and I don't like crunching things that are really hard.
Well, you don't bite the bone.
No, you bite and then you hit the bone, and then you just like.
Why are you hitting the bone?
I don't know how to fucking eat chicken. That's why I don't eat bone. I don't eat bone and stuff.
Well, I don't eat bones either.
I like my chicken nuggets, chicken wings. Okay.
That's awful. Eat real chicken wings.
No,
they taste better.
I want the chicken nugget.
And
give me the chicken nugget.
If you're eating wings and not getting messy, you're not eating wings.
You get messy with boneless wings.
Why would you? You can just fork them.
I'm gonna fork you.
Hot.
I think at this point in the film, it's like the third course with the chicken tacos, Taco Tuesday, is like the biggest turning point in the film. I think that's when everyone like fully freaks out, and so like Margot's sussed immediately by the $1,200 per head thing. She's sussing out immediately, but everyone else is like fine with the courses until this point. Because they're throwing tax information about tax evasion, they're shitty movies in the face, their affairs, their shitty personalities in their faces. It's great.
They're guy taking pictures of the food after being told not to take pictures of the food.
Such a fucking asshole, bro.
I think telling me not to take pictures of food, especially when you plan to murder me, is kind of fucking pointless.
Especially what we figured out later on.
Yeah.
Fucking Tyler. What a fucking douchebag.
Secrets. Oh, that's not what I want to know. I mean, I just want the fucking food, man. I'm still just trying to find each, like, I just want a recipe or something, just an ingredient list. I don't care. This has to exist.
The menu food list.
If you find something good, let me know. But I just don't think they want to explain it very much. But the tacos could be all right. The mess was great. It was just a bullet to the head.
Best meal of the night.
Yeah, because Jeremy didn't have to deal with the rest of the night.
When I first watched this, that really caught me off guard. I thought because he has this the scalpel or something, like he's got like a knife like right between his like apron.
Sure.
So I definitely thought Chef was gonna take in like slit his throat. So the gunshot really threw me off. It threw me off.
I kind of knew. I didn't know it was gonna be a gunshot, but I knew he was gonna kill himself. That was like, well, you could just. I knew it wasn't gonna be Chef. It was gonna be him killing himself because the way they kept framing it. Mm-hmm. About how much he hates his life and doesn't want to have Chef's life, even though he wants Chef's life, and like all of that. It's like, oh yeah, something. This is where it's supposed to get freaky. Mm-hmm. And I kind of chuckled when it was pulling out a gun. I laughed.
I can fully understand that
because I was kind of expecting almost the same thing as you, was just to slit his own throat and kind of bleed everywhere, but. The gun, I saw the gun in his, and I laughed, which is just awful, but I did, like out loud. I lulled.
I love how prepared they are for this. Like everyone, like
closing the fucking shutters. Yeah.
And everyone's like, no one's alarmed by the closing plastic.
Hold on. What? Ow! An ad started making noise.
They do that sometimes.
Yeah, Screen Rant. You're the worst website. Sorry, listeners of the show, you just got fucking ad bombed. I don't know by what, because I still don't see the ad. I have a thing. I don't like see ads. Like when I'm scrolling through shit, I just like completely zone them out.
Yeah.
Which is why I also miss the pictures in articles half the time, because I just assume they're ads. Yeah, that was terrifying. It was so loud. That was more scarier than the movie. But yeah, in the mess, they also get served pressure-cooked vegetables, roasted filet, potato confit.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be beef jus, but that says just, which isn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Ass.
And bone marrow, which actually probably would be the only good thing you got served at this meal.
Bone marrow?
Well, this meal in general would be the only good thing. Bone marrow's great.
You can eat bone marrow?
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't know that. Is it like liquidy?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because I remember Saw X. They do something with bone marrow.
Yeah,
that's a very interesting movie.
Yeah.
Right after this point in the movie, they cut off the dude's finger.
Right at the wedding ring.
They choose the finger.
Yeah.
Which they know about his past.
Well, they've already shown the affair because the tacos.
He's not really even having an affair, though. He's just being fucking creepy.
Well, I mean, he paid an escort to help him get off.
She's not a prostitute.
Yes, she is. She's a high-end escort. That's a prostitute.
No. High-end escort is not a prostitute. It's someone to accompany you on fancy things like this thing with Tyler. Not a prostitute. They're not there for sex. They're there to accompany you on whatever you would like to be, including but they're not like to be touched.
That isn't.
I'm looking at it up.
I am too, which is gonna. I don't want to type that in on that.
I'm
new incognito window.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, so, okay, she is a prostitute.
Yeah.
but she's just a high end. Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes men escorts simply go on dates.
Right. No, you can absolutely pay them to do just that, but like inherently it is like a sexual thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, while in this case she may not have, diddled him, like it's an affair. You paid somebody else to help you get off. That's an affair.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. I think
Just,
he's fucking
he entirely
too.
did it that way because in his stupid little man mind,
it's not
it wasn't an affair because he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That
makes sense. But he's really creepy about it, bro.
Yeah.
I think he might be the worst human being in this film.
I don't know about that. I mean, Slowick definitely murders a bunch of people, and like
the guy who we're talking about, the one who had affairs with Margot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving a trigger warning just because it is a very weird topic. His daughter died a few years previously. They mentioned that before we get the reveal of Margot's prostitute, and then he asked Margot to play it, like role play as his daughter, while he finds joy in himself. Which is like,
yeah,
what the fuck, bro? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, that's worse than killing people.
Well,
because at least Sloke has a good motive behind it.
No, he doesn't, though.
He's a tortured artist.
He tortured himself.
Yeah, so he tortures other people. That's
not justifiable either.
It's justifiable more than having.
No, it's not.
Role playing as your dead daughter.
I mean, that's not great.
Finish yourself.
But hey, man, they got a palate cleanser tea.
I do love that Elsa picks up the fucking ring and then gives it back to his wife. He's like, "Your rings."
And the wife says thank you, which is weird.
I think that's really important because that slowly alludes to them accepting their fate.
No, they more than allude to accepting their fate at the end. It's very weird.
That's like the starting.
No, they've accepted their fate from the beginning because they never cared to leave.
No, I'm saying that they figure out, oh, we're gonna die, and we're like the wife is the first one to be like, yeah, we're just dead. I don't care.
But yeah,
and then they fucking tie it up with the tie.
Tea's wild. You gotta
tea.
Yeah. Well, so that he makes the palate cleanser, bergamot tea and red clover and whatever, but like it's like the chance to let everybody ask him questions, and it's like the last moment of kind of normalcy.
Dude, someone just shot themselves and got their finger cut off. I
said kind of normalcy. All hell breaks loose immediately after this.
Well, yeah.
Like, this is the last moment of kind of normalcy.
Yeah.
It's, strange.
And then Tyler's a fucking dumbass and interrupts him while he's trying to do his villain monologue of why he hates everyone. And he's like, is this Bruno? I don't fucking know. It's French words. He's like, yes, it is. And you can see it on his face. He's just visually fucking annoyed that Tyler's here. And
Tyler exists. Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult does a great job at being the most unlikable jackass in the world.
It's because he's just unlikable.
That's fair.
I've never liked him in anything he's ever played.
What? You didn't like him as Beast?
No.
No?
I didn't really like much about those X-Men movies because they're all really bad.
First Class is great.
Yeah, but they ruin every character that's ever existed in them ever. So
no, Magneto's great in them. Michael Fassbender's amazing.
Don't care. Did you see how they did my boy Darwin? Oh, the dude literally can't die. We're just gonna kill him. He has one thing, man. Like it's really dumb, But like, he has one thing. It's not that hard to figure out.
Wildly off topic, but
yeah. But hey, let's move on to Man's Folly.
Man's Folly is probably my favorite part of the film.
Takes a set of scissors to the dick.
No, it's his thigh.
Oh, was it? It definitely looked like it was his dick.
It's supposed to be like what he did to his father.
See, and I was viewing it as he tried to fuck me, so I stabbed his dick.
I get that, and that's what I thought the first time I watched it. But
Gotcha.
they show his like the area. It's his thigh.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
that's less fun.
But I think this whole segment is A, the funniest part of the film, and B, just the best part of the film. Because, what's her face? Oh my god, what's her name? Catherine.
Yeah.
Catherine goes on about like his like unwanted advances and stuff like that, and he is the best type of worst person. He's like, I know I'm a shitty person for this, and I accept my faults, and I apologize for it. And then he takes a knife or scissor to the thigh, and he accepts it. And then he lets every man try to run for themselves, including Nicholas Hoult, which is stupid, because Nicholas Hoult just stands there because he's a dumbass.
Well, because he knows the ending.
Oh yeah.
So why would he run?
But I think it's hilarious that everyone's like in the worst shape possible, running away from like this chef's crew that's like trained to be like the greatest athletes of all time.
Well, and it's also just like a whole thing. I love that while they're given the opportunity to escape, it just shows how shitty all of them are.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to abandon their friends, significant others, all of it. Well, yeah. The women just go inside and eat some crab and umboshi and yogurt.
And I love that. Like
it's like a soup.
It's a broken soup. No, it's broken. But like that whole instance of them just like the woman in the table just like sharing and just girling it out, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a great scene. I love it. And then the last person to be caught is the editor's
husband.
Publisher, I think.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was a date, so I have no idea. But either way, he gets a Passard egg.
Yeah, it literally opens the window and just, for the last person to be found. Here she...
Yeah, right? They were just hanging out.
Funny as fuck.
Egg with creme fraiche and maple, which I think would be... I'd puke. But I have like a weird thing when it comes to egg and maple.
You don't like eggs?
I love eggs. Can't eat them with like pancakes and syrup though.
That's wild.
I think it's a trauma response from like being a kid and being like forced to eat my eggs that were covered in maple syrup that I hated.
That's fair.
And now it just makes me sick. So
that makes a little more sense.
No maple and egg. So I will like eat. I will either have pancakes and bacon or eggs and bacon. I won't have the whole spread.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like anything with maple syrup. So
yeah,
and egg. So yeah, but.
And then we get Tyler's bullshit. Also a great part of the film.
Yeah.
Because, like...
For someone who pretends to know so much, he's so awful at cooking.
Well, Slokes gets pissed off that Tyler's, like, continuously commenting on his shit. So he's like, all right, you cook, bitch.
Yeah.
And it's just the most, like... and I think that's where, like, really where, like, it's settled for everyone, or like Slowik like settles it for the audience that like he's just the master fucking.
No, I think this was also a play, like, so it like shows that Tyler, who was so obsessed with this idea, his passion, he still hadn't observed anything about the art of cooking. And like, had Tyler made a real dish that was any good, showed any amount of heart, it might have changed things, but it didn't. Because he just threw together the worst thing. Now, I genuinely think you make like a decent cheeseburger and like we're chilling. But no, you did this.
This, I think this also can go another level. Like, in a way, it could be like us. It's like we talk about films and like we criticize films. It's like, but I mean, making a film is really hard.
Yeah.
And if like someone's like, go make a film, I'd be like, I have zero idea what the fuck I'm doing. I can tell you what makes a good film, but I can't make a good film. And there's a difference.
I think I could make a good film. Like, decent. It'd have a good story.
There's a difference between a good story and making a good film.
Well, yeah, but
we've seen good stories without it being a good film.
Right, but that's why we do D&D streams. That's my version of a movie.
There you go.
There you go.
Wait, he makes lamb shallots and leeks?
It was leeks and shallots and butter, and then lamb that was undercooked as a motherfucker.
It was still red when they took it out, right?
What?
I think it's pretty raw still.
Oh,
like when they show it.
Right, it's undercooked as a motherfucker. None of it was cooked. He did not give those shallots or leeks enough time to cook. I'm not positive that it would be warm.
It'd just be cold as fuck.
I kind of think so.
Okay.
It was atrocious. It kind of hurt me a little watching that happen.
Good. So that's what it was supposed to do.
Not for the same way as it did most people, but it's like, dude, I just don't know how you could care about something so much and just have such little of a clue.
He never did it himself. He's just like, I know how to do this because I've seen it happen, not because I've done it. I have no taste for the art. I don't.
It's the person who has never cooked, but like only watches cooking shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was to me.
Yeah.
Then there's me. I watch cooking shows and I go, oh, I wouldn't have done it that way. And then it like fucks up and I'm like, ah, yes, shouldn't have done it that way.
This is also where it's revealed that Tyler knowingly brought Margot here to die.
Yeah, that was so fucked.
Literally, like, there's a bunch of shitty people in this movie, but like Tyler is up there.
Yeah, right. Because he's the only one outside of obviously the people who work there that knew this was Jover. And he's just like hired an escort to kill her.
That's the thing.
Which I mean is a thing that happens, which is even more fucked. But
I think the most fucked up thing is like he wanted to bring his girlfriend there originally,
which is
and then thought
nuts,
which is fucked up in the first place too. But also,
hey, if we go down, then we go down together.
I'm gonna hire this prostitute to die.
Yeah.
Without giving her any indication of anything, and then like treat her like the girl next door. They roleplay the girl next door type thing throughout like the first like quarter to half of the film. It's weird. Like he's getting like some pleasure out of it at the same time as knowing that they're gonna die.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then he just like, and Sloke does the best thing in this film and gets rid of fucking Tyler because Tyler's a fucking...
Well, no, the humiliation of it all, he didn't get rid of him. Tyler just killed himself.
I know, he tells him that there's a room in the back, and then...
Right, it's like the humiliation of the moment made him off himself, which, like, dubs, I guess.
Yeah, and this is where Sloke gives Margot the ultimatum of us or them. Or
which doesn't really matter?
No, but it's like, I think it's more like significance to Slowick. It's like, do you want to be part of the people who like actually care about the art, or do you want to be part of the people who dismiss everything about an artist?
Right.
So I think it's just
but like, it still like doesn't matter because I'm just gonna die at the end of the night anyways.
And that's how she sees it.
Right.
But like it's significant to him in a way.
Right.
And I think it's a very interesting...
Lots of things are significant to fucking whack jobs that aren't real or matter or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there's a birthday cake.
Amazing moment of comedy.
Yeah, well, we did it as a joke. It's not so funny anymore.
And Margot's off in the chef's when goes to find this barrel of, I want to say it's gasoline.
It's just cooking oil, probably.
You think so?
Yeah, it's just something that'll it'll burn and explode.
Not to like, Anya Taylor-Joy is a very small woman.
Yeah.
If that barrel is like more than like 100 pounds, because barrels are very hefty.
It had stuff in it, but also when she rolled it into the room, it was definitely empty. They did not.
You hear the clang.
Yeah. I noticed that. I was like, the barrel's empty. What is the plan here? That didn't make the right sound. I know that's a weird thing to notice, but it didn't make the right sound.
I heard it too. I kind of chose to ignore it.
Oh, we also missed a course of the menu.
Did we?
That's off screen. No, it just like they don't show it. He mentions another savory course and it never happens. It's while she's gone.
Yeah, so she leaves to go find the barrel.
Yeah.
But then she takes the time, because she has to get this master key, to go into the chef's house, where it's the same, it's literally a carbon copy of the restaurant.
Yeah.
Which is, again, my guy, if you're so pissed about like
your
art being this thing,
stop recreating the thing.
Exactly. This is where Elsa comes in and like confronts Anya Taylor-Joy, and they get in a whole tussle. And then she reveals that she didn't forget about the barrel, because Anya Taylor-Joy is sent to go get a barrel by Slowick because Elsa fucked up.
But she never actually knew about the barrel. It was all just yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Margot murders Elsa. They get into a little tussle.
Yeah.
This is a murder.
Self-defense.
No, it's a murder. She's gonna go to prison for that.
Dude, I don't think anyone's finding any evidence.
They are, because there was an explosion. But that house was not connected to the restaurant.
Yeah, the island's burning down, my guy.
No.
Nothing's stopping that.
Yeah.
So that island's burning down.
It's not, though.
It definitely is.
I really don't think so. I also really think Margot probably just like tells people what happened, but then they show up and there's just a lady with scissors in her throat.
Yeah.
Like everybody else like burned, there's going to be nothing left. There's going to be a lot of that left.
That's fair. I do love the little addition of the Paco jet, because they talk about a Paco jet early on. Like Taylor's like obsessed with it, that she smacks Elsa with the Paco
she
jet.
throws it in her face. Yeah.
And then Anya Taylor-Joy figures out that what Slowick's like real like definition of art is, which is making a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday afternoon for someone who actually.
That's real art.
Yeah.
Because there's the definition of art. Like, think about it. When it comes to AI, AI art, it's not art, but AI art can look really cool. Why is it not art? There's no heart. There's no soul. Yeah. There's no passion. It doesn't matter how cool or fancy your dish is if there's no passion, if there's no love. The cheeseburger, though, that's art. Well, good one.
Now that's a cheeseburger.
God, Valente is gonna love this episode.
So yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy returns with the barrel that's empty.
But then isn't later.
I gave it a break. I like the movie enough where I can give it a break. It's not like the day of tomorrow where everybody's stupid.
I mean, everybody in this movie's kind of stupid. It's a horror movie. I was gonna say that's kind of the point of horror movies, is you have to be fucking dumb.
Your final girl is the only smart person around, yeah.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, or just see, but I get it, because real humans are that dumb. I watch people. Man, we're out in the woods. There's a creepy noise over there. Let's investigate. It's like, no, I'm gonna sit right here by this fire.
You're also in like prime cryptid territory.
That's true. But like, people here do that dumb shit still. They're like, there's a noise. Let's go check it out. It's like, no, let's get in the fucking car, bro. Let's go home. What the fuck?
Well,
dumb
you're like,
bitch.
You're also in big gun territory too, so it's like, big gun versus cryptid. Which one wins?
I don't want to find out. I'm getting in the car. I'm going home, locking the doors.
That's fair. If a deer stands up, watch out.
Jesus.
I know you say the name of cryptids, they are like more tempted to like appear. So
there's a thing. That's why I don't talk about them.
Well,
like,
I'm saying cryptid. That's what I'm just saying. Cryptid,
no, I know.
Not the
but,
actual.
Yeah.
So Anya Taylor-Joy is still hungry because
right. So that's the whole thing. Is like he stands up. She stands up, and she stands up and like just says like, I don't like my food. I'd like to send it back.
Mm-hmm.
It's all bullshit. It's all not good. And the worst fucking part of it all is I'm still hungry. And that like sparks something within Mr. Slowick that's like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's like him like being off put, but I think it's like he actually like has someone who actually wants to enjoy his art rather than the preconceived idea of this whole fucking menu.
No.
She actually wants to.
I'm hungry, damn it! Give me a fucking cheeseburger.
Even if it's like just a play, not like that she's actually interested in what he has to offer. Even if it's just a play,
I think it's just she didn't want to die hungry. Let me have a cheeseburger first, bro.
That too. I mean, it might be a thing where she's just like,
I'm gonna die. At least let me have some good food.
Yeah,
but.
And then she takes it to go.
Yeah.
She leaves.
My eyes were too big. Can I get this to go? She definitely also left with a finger.
Yeah, the gift bag.
Yeah, so that's not gonna go well. But I love that it's just never acknowledged that she has a finger. She doesn't look. She doesn't care.
I mean, she's seen a guy's finger get cut off. She's seen a guy get shot. She's murdered someone, and then she turns around and while she's on the boat and sees, the restaurant on fire. I'm pretty sure she's
the restaurant explodes and then she just starts eating the cheeseburger.
Which I think the shot of her, like when it does explode, it doesn't show the explosion. It just shows Anya Taylor-Joy's like face, and you can see the reflection in her eyes. Awesome shot, because Anya Taylor-Joy has these big eyes, and it perfectly is reflected. She does have big eyes.
But yeah, cheeseburger. That cheeseburger also looked fire. It was a good looking cheeseburger.
I just wish it had like lettuce or onion on it, man. Like, give me a little crunch to it.
Onion? No.
You don't like onion?
I do, but
as burger?
Like, think of a McDonald's like quarter pounder. I hate the fact that it only has onion.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Like, I think a Whopper type thing is like where you want. Like,
I also mostly I'm just not a fan. I think it's raw onion is kind of off-putting in that scenario.
See, I like raw onion.
Like, I get that, but in a burger scenario, I want my like grilled onion.
Oh, you want like sauteed and grilled onions?
Yeah,
okay, I get you.
And I want my freshness to be lettuce and tomato and pickle, and I want the actual flavor of a good sauteed onion or a mushroom, like a mushroom.
Burger. It's a double cheeseburger with no freshness.
That was the point.
It's just grease, and I love it.
That was he literally makes that point, though.
I know.
So I get it.
It looks good. Me preferably, I put like onion or lettuce and shit like that on it. Just is not my type of burger.
Yeah, if the rest of the diners would have just said it correctly, like they all kind of bitched about the food, but not in the way that matters.
No, they bitched about it not being fair rather than wanting what they actually wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we at least get some bread? Nah, like, stand up and say what the fuck you want. It's like, yo, dog, can I get a fucking steak with like some potatoes, some asparagus, maybe?
Some steak and potatoes.
Some steak and potatoes. Give me a tater. And then we got s'mores.
Which,
I love how he uses s'mores as they're supposedly so innocent, but actually, like, they're the problem, which is valid. S'mores kind of are awful.
Well, he says like the process bullshit, and that
right, because s'mores are only processed bullshit. No one's ever used good chocolate or homemade graham crackers and marshmallows. You could, but nobody ever has, unless it's when I make a fucking YouTube video like he's had to make a s'more.
He's gonna make a s'more.
Don't worry, I turned a little Boston.
Little Boston,
little Boston. I'm so dumb.
But he dresses them up with marshmallows and chocolate caps.
Yeah, and none of them care.
Well,
they literally every person's final words are "Thank you, chef."
Well, and I'm gonna get to that and trying to help you explain it to you.
I don't need it explained. It's stupid.
Well, he explains that the purifying nature of fire is what makes that s'more delicious and great. And they understand that's his message to them, and they're already like so defeated, so tired, so just
they gave up. They never were up. They didn't give up. They just stayed down.
Yeah, and that's the point.
So annoying.
He basically adults them into the cult at that point.
Why are you so easily getting put in a cult?
Do you realize how easily people get put into cults all the time?
Do I know? Because I'm not that fucking stupid.
Well, these people are finance bros, celebrities, assholes. They're all stupid.
But yeah, that's s'mores.
And then they burn up in their delicious s'mores.
I do like the one chick whose name I don't remember, but I love her breaking a little piece of the chocolate off her chocolate helmet.
Is this actually chocolate? I love
that part. But like, I enjoyed this movie. It just like, I don't know. To me, it wasn't a horror thriller thing. It was just like it was just strange.
I love strange movies. Strange movies are my favorite.
No, that's fair. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why. I was expecting like a horror movie.
We'll get more of a straight up horror next week.
True. I forgot Split's next week.
Yeah, more Anna Joy. Let's go.
I still don't remember her in that movie.
She's literally the final girl.
Good God, we are an hour and 7 minutes in. We haven't talked about reviews, budget.
Yeah. So I was just really get to that. Also, we forgot about the fallen angel bit where he kills his investor by drowning him.
Yeah.
And that's where the fingers come from. That's where all the gift bags get the fingers from. That's from him, which I think is great. It's a little added touch. Also, he's killing his millionaire. What?
I'm just looking at the box office stuff, and I'm shocked by all of it.
By how little it was?
By both the budget and how much it made. Nothing.
So I can explain that. So $35 million is a small budget. It makes sense. It's small. It's literally confined to like one area.
Sure.
For most of the film. So that's
you had
the
to
budget
pay Anya Taylor-Joy. That was like $30 million of it.
And Ralph Fiennes.
I don't know. See, I don't know if enough people know him for him to demand that big of a paycheck.
He's also on Schindler's List, so yes, he can.
I don't think I've seen that movie either.
I'm pretty sure he plays Schindler. And made only around $80 million. That's because it was only released in a few theaters. I had to go 30 minutes out of my way to go see this movie when it first came out.
Oh, that's dumb. Why?
Because why did I go 30 minutes out of my way?
No, why did like it? Because I remember seeing like ads for this movie and shit. Why didn't it?
So, sometimes with like smaller budget films, they don't have a lot of confidence in. They'll just release them because they'll know that like people like me will go out of their way to go watch a movie, if they are interested enough in it. So, with their budgeting, with their marketing, they just like kind of targeted that audience and then like sent it to a few theaters rather than all the theaters you could. And horror often is cheap, and then it makes an easy turnout. And then just this one, I don't know if it's such a niche audience because it's foodies and horror. And I mean, I didn't go for the foodie part, but like the horror part. So it's like, it's an isolating type concept for most people.
I feel like you could say that about a lot of movies.
Yeah, but like a lot of them have like wide appeal, I guess.
Yeah. Everybody
Like,
eats. We all gotta eat and we all gotta die.
yeah, but it's the culture of art
Mythical
and stuff like that.
Kitchen made a whole fucking series
No,
out of this.
I know, but I'm saying it's like the culture of art, like that. A lot of people don't like to talk about it and like get into it and stuff like that. So that's why I believe it got released in small theaters. So that's why it almost made it like just over double its budget.
Hmm.
What does Rotten Tomatoes like to say about this film?
I have no clue. I haven't looked.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. I have been busy yapping about food.
Oh, one of the best lines I think is so Felicity, who's the assistant to the actor, I can't remember his name. Um, she's like trying to like plead for her life, and Chef Slow goes, "Where'd you go to school?" And she says, "Brown."
Yeah,
She's like, "Student loans?" She says, "No." He's like, "You're dying."
you're dying. I would have let you live if you had student loans. Torture. 88% from critics, 76
Ooh,
from audience.
that makes sense. I think that makes sense because
To me, it doesn't, but I don't know.
well,
Audiences are dumb.
fucking,
The writing is terrible. I don't get why people like this movie. The way characters acted made no sense at all.
they're assholes. They're stupid. That's the point.
Maybe this movie is more intelligent than I can analyze. Probably. Perhaps it's a masterpiece, but my conventional taste keeps me from appreciating its subtleties and exquisite nuances. In essence, God, this feels like you used a thesaurus and don't actually know what words you're saying. You just wanted to sound smart. In essence, I view it as akin to contemporary art pieces that initially appear nonsensical.
It's sensical. It's most definitely
sensical. We doubt ourselves, take a second look, and yet still find it ridiculous. Okay.
Use 2% of your brain, my guy. 2%.
I needed more than that to deal with reading that. I don't know. I'm trying to look for more bad things. They spelled out why it was a cheeseburger in the... Loved the actors, but I think this mess was made up as it went. Let's rekindle the chef by ordering a cheeseburger.
Oh my god, people are fucking stupid.
They literally show the fucking stupid pictures of him hating his life in every picture except the one where he's holding a fucking cheeseburger. Bro is just Ronald McDonald.
This isn't even like that, like you have to use your brain to figure out what's going on. It's not like that. Like it's spelled, like we talked about, it spells out a lot of what's going on.
Yeah, the only thing like up for kind of interpretation is like how you view the artist and the art. Because me and you like, both like had differences with how we viewed that whole bit. So,
but like when you have to use a little bit of your brain to like fully like get immersed into the story, apparently everyone loses their fucking mind and doesn't understand anything that's going on or doesn't hear anything, which I kind of get not hearing it because that like I would watch it on fucking Blu-ray and I still didn't hear a lot of it. I had to put it on the subtitles, which makes sense. That also could just be me being fucking deaf. So Mark Malloy was the director. What else has he done? He did Succession and Game of Thrones and Shameless. He's just a TV director a lot of times. So interesting.
It's probably why they didn't trust him. Oh, I wonder what other goofs. I wonder if the empty thing is going to be counted as a goof.
Will Ferrell's a producer on this.
I do that did happen.
And Adam McKay, who is one of the directors behind Spider-Verse, also produced this.
Oh? I didn't notice that one. No, not that. In the opening shot of Margot lighting a cigarette, the cigarette color changes from all black, presumably a clove cigarette, to a traditional tobacco-looking cigarette. I didn't notice that, because every other time she smoked, it's a regular cigarette. Why the fuck was it different for the first shot?
Probably because they might have been just like, hey, they go into like production with like this one cigarette thing, and then they're like, oh, we can't find any more. Let's just give her regular cigarettes. It doesn't do too much, you know. There's not like an issue with that.
Interesting.
Huh.
I don't know, man. I don't know what else I got to say about this movie.
You like the film?
Yeah. We forgot to rate The Day After Tomorrow.
I rated it as the worst movie we've seen so far, so I think it's good enough.
And I said it was better than Inception, which I guess is good enough because, well, it's not, because that means it goes somewhere between A and F.
You're trying to tier rank it, okay?
Remember, because I was tiering them a little bit.
In my opinion, this is the best movie. It's my favorite movie we've watched so far.
That's fair.
Interstellar's probably better made.
Yeah.
And overall, it's a better film, but this is my favorite film we watched so far.
Interstellar's the only one I've had an S tier.
I put this in S if we're going by favorites, but if we're gonna go by how,
I think I'm probably gonna just stick with A.
That's fair.
I'm not gonna put it on the same level as Interstellar. It's gonna go on the same level as Tombstone.
Yeah, I see it.
For me. But
for you, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I see it for you. For me, no.
Yeah,
I was not a big fan of Tombstone, but
bro's a hater.
I think it was fine. I didn't hate it.
No, if Tombstone was 30 minutes shorter, you'd probably have loved it.
Yeah.
The opening kind of drags.
Tombstone is what the menu is for you, I think.
Probably.
Those are equal.
But I enjoyed this movie. It just it didn't do anything I wanted it to do.
Well, sometimes making up your mind about a project before it's made is not how you should go. That's
I didn't have my mind made up. I didn't have my mind made up. I was just, hey man, maybe you shouldn't overhype everything you've ever seen.
Hey, I didn't think I overhyped it that much.
I mean, it was good, but I was expecting some masterpiece of cinema.
I probably overhyped that part a little bit too much.
It was fine. It was good.
I told you this is in 2022. This is my third ranked film.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you told me that way after.
Yeah. Well, there's also two other great films in that year. Actually, The Northman's pretty close there too. I think I kept swapping The Northman in the menu for a while. But next week we have another Anya Taylor-Joy film. We've already discussed it a little bit. Split from M. Night Shyamalan.
I went and saw that movie in theaters.
Did you know?
That one, I think, if I recall correctly. I'll tell you that story next time. Maybe I'll decide if I want to tell it. Maybe I'll just tell you off air.
Okay.
But I think I remember when I went to watch this movie.
I think it's a fun movie, but I haven't rewatched it since I first watched it. So,
because it came out in 2016, right?
Correct. It came in 2016.
Then yeah, I think I'm right on with what I'm remembering.
Okay. But we will talk to you guys then when we talk about Split and James McAvoy's 23 personalities. I think we get to see 9 of them.
Yeah.
But until then. Remember to subscribe. Remember to follow us on whatever podcast format you are watching this on. And we will see you guys next week when we talk about Split. Bye-bye.